yeah. And enjoy that.
Alright, so here we are, another video for the go-kart. I'm gonna be talking a little loud. There's a lot of background noise because I have a fan on. And it's quite a loud fan. So that's what the background noise you hear is, but that's not a big deal. Alright, so what we're working on is I'm extending my little brush guards that we had. I'll show. So I'm extending these brush guards and going to make those my wider rear end. So this is what's going to be holding my engine on the one side of the go-kart. In order to do that, I mean, this isn't the biggest structure we got here. So what I'm doing is I reinforced them with a bar in the center, a solid piece. I'm extending them 4 inches. I already got one of them welded up over here. Terrible welds, but that's what grinders are for. It's fine. Alright, so basically what I'm doing is extending this 4 inches. So they're going to be wider in the rear end. I'm going to be able to move my seat over to one side just a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to be moving the steering wheel over because it's just not really going to be necessary after looking at it further. And then I'm going to probably brace these, have a little braces between it and the actual main frame of the go-kart to give it a little more structure as well. And hopefully that will be enough to hold my engine. So, gonna do some welding, get this one welded up, probably grind off my beautiful welds, and then I will get to showing you the actual go-kart, and we will get going on mocking up that. I got my side arms, brush guards, whatever you want to call them, motor mounts. I got them ground down because they looked terrible when they were when I got done welding them. I also got this terrible looking weld there, but I do have the seat bracket sort of, welded in right there, so I can actually mock up how I'm going to be sitting, which I think that's the position I'm going to go for. Been trying to get the steering wheel to come off, but it's having a hard time. And as you might be able to tell, maybe not, but this side sits a little bit further back than this side, and so I'm gonna probably have to cut a little bit off the front to slide it forward about a ½ inch. But I think that's basically how it's gonna get mounted on there. I want to double check again with the engine to make sure that it's gonna fit right and everything. But other than that, that's basically how it's gonna look. I'll put the seat down on there for you so you guys can see that. And that's about how it's gonna look. Sitting there like that. As you can tell, the seat, well, you might not be able to tell, but the seat does sit off just like, I don't know, well, however much that is, about 4 inches off from the other side, so it's probably like 2 inches off center or so. So you do notice with the steering wheel, but I don't think it's anything that's going to be too much of a problem. So I'm going to put this engine down here so you guys can see how that looks, and if everything looks good with that, then I might weld up the side brackets and maybe start getting some supports built for that. I think I want to do some funky angles. Alright, so wheel for reference. I don't know, I'd say that's probably enough space. Granted, this will sit a little farther forward there, probably more like that. So we got like maybe a 1.5 to 2 inches of space between the engine and the back wheel, which those wheels won't be going back on it. I'm gonna have slicks, and I don't think the slicks are gonna be quite as tall, so we might have more clearance. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to just double check to see which ones I was going to order. But it'll sit off about like that. I don't think that weight's gonna be much of a problem really, in terms of like it tipping to one side when I turn with the engine. I'd say I'm gonna weigh enough to outweigh the engine, and I really don't know that it's gonna have a whole lot of power to actually get me up to speeds that's gonna be a problem, which might change later if I decide to go with a bigger engine. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna work on maybe trying to weld up these side brackets here and double check with my wheel size to make sure that where I'm going to mount this engine is actually going to be safe with the wheel. I don't really feel like getting my engine stuck in a wheel. Alright, there it is, looking good. Alright, so I got those guards, wide body, I don't know, whatever. They're guards. They're supposed to be guards, that's what they're going to be called. Got them welded on there, kind of even, I'm hoping. They're hopefully level and even. They look pretty even, just eyeballing it. I mean, what more do you need? But they are on there. I got them super welded, and I'll probably put some brackets in. I'm gonna say probably one across there and one here in the corner for sure. And then for the motor mount side, I'm sure I'll have a few more. But that's the way it's looking. Looks pretty good to me. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with some more stuff soon.